So remember that in these opening moments, just to use this as an opportunity while you're nice and calm, hopefully, to just form an intention for the practice like you normally do. Okay, so when you feel ready, just gently beginning to come back again. And when you do come back, just come up slowly up to sitting. We're going to come into a sitting position first, just to do a little bit of opening minutes in stillness. So remember, with sitting, the aim is to try and get a nice stable base. Just adopting a sitting position that you can stay comfortable with for a few minutes, keeping the spine erect, letting the shoulders relax. Okay, so I've selected a very gentle collection of postures for tonight's session, and I hope it's going to be a fairly meditative type of sequence, really, using yin yoga posturing. Hopefully it'll help you to release any tensions that might have built during the course of the day. When you're breathing in these postures, try to use the exhalations to enhance that sense of release and calmness. Just letting go of anything that's not useful to you, using the breath in that way. And we're going to start with some breathing anyway. I want us just to start with some alternate nostril breathing, so that will really nicely set the scene. And we can stay sitting here, or if you want to make some adjustments to get a little bit more comfortable, if you're not comfortable now, just make some movements and change your position slightly if you need to, okay? And then we're going to just move into this alternate nostril breathing. Remember how we do it? We just maybe use one hand, right or left, it doesn't really matter. But usually I just place my first two fingers, index and middle finger on the forehead, just above the eyebrow center, releasing those two fingers, the ring finger and the thumb, so that you can alternately close either side. I'm going to start by closing the left and taking a nice moderate breath in through the right nostril, just for a few beats, closing it off and then opening up the left and breathing out to the left. Maybe for slightly longer, don't forget with this. Usually we can breathe out for a little bit longer than we breathe in. And then breathing straight back in through the left, closing it, opening the right, breathing out through the right. So that's all it is. That's the rhythm of the alternate nostril breathing, or Namaskar. The main thing is to keep it comfortable so that you're not over breathing or under breathing. So just find that nice balance of inhalations with exhalations, so it feels nice and comfortable and helps you to calm the body down. Just make the next round the last one more time. And then just let the hand come down. But stay in this position. Just now keep focusing on the breath. Now breathing through both nostrils. Just for about a minute as a way of coming out of this alternate nostril breathing. Good. Okay. So we can just come carefully up to this. Come onto the back. So we're coming to a reclined child. Reclined child is a bit like a folding posture. Sometimes fold, but I'm going to come down onto the back. And then just draw the knees back, maybe cross the ankles over, and then hold onto the legs. Either just with each hand or lacing the fingers across, or even wrap your arms around the legs if that will work for you. So this is going to, it's a nice gentle posture really, this reclining child pose, because it just brings a bit of flexion into the hips and a moderate amount of compression on the core area. A little bit of flexion into the back. But the body can release and let go. So it's very, very yin in nature. Helps you to relax. And just settle in with the breath. Nice slow breaths. Probably into the high reaches of your respiratory system, because the abdomen will be a little bit restricted for breathing because of the position of the legs. So to breathe into the high reaches of your chest. Nice slow breathing. Don't forget what we said about breathing out.
Okay, then great. So we can just begin to think about dropping the feet down, let go of the knees, and then just come into wipers just for a brief spell. Letting the legs just do that gentle roll from right to left. Very good. Okay, so we can stop the wipers and keep the knees bent, but then just draw the right knee back, just clasping hold of the right knee, and then either straighten the left leg, or you can keep it bent like that with the foot on the floor. That feels a bit easier and more comfortable for your hips and for your pelvis. Okay, so we'll see which is right for you. Either straighten the leg or bend it. We'll keep hold of that right one, and then just hold on to that knee for a few breaths. Okay, we're going to keep with this. Just try and relax the other leg, but it's just a very minor kind of draw back with this knee with the clasped hands. Nothing too powerful. Just trying to keep that hip engaged, and of course working with the breath again. Nice easy breaths. So most of these postures tonight are going to be like this, a bit more about releasing. Just gives you the chance to kind of create a mild sensation in the body so that you can focus on that and stay in the moment, as it were, really. Keep focused. Very good. Okay, so we can release that leg now. You're ready? Just come back to wipers again, just briefly, just as a counter posture. Okay, so now coming to the left leg. So I'm going to draw that left knee back, clasping the left knee, and then deciding what you're going to do with the right leg this time. Is it going to be straight or is it going to be bent? Whatever feels the best for you at the moment. And then just a very gentle pull back on the knee, not too much, just so you can feel the left hip occupied, as it were, you know. And then once you've created that sensation, relax the other leg and return to your breath again, reconnect with your breathing. Nice slow breaths. And maybe using that exhalation you mentioned at the beginning. Let that exhalation just melt away slowly. It's a really nice way to work with the breath, the extended exhalations, and they do help to calm and relax you down. So worth trying, worth working with it. Okay, good enough. So we can begin to let go of that foot. Come back into windscreen wiper again, just for a brief spell again. just as a counter posture. Okay then, so we're going to move into a happy baby feet. I'm going to suggest that you try this with a block on the head. I think you've all got blocks. It was just collected now when I'm giving you one there, which is sterilised. So I'm going to use this block just so that it gives me a little bit more comfort in the happy baby. So I'm going to come back with the feet. And in this happy baby, remember there's a few ways you can do this posture. You can either just put your wrists around the back of the knees and then maybe lace them in and hold it in this way. We're only going to be here for a few minutes, okay? So you can do that one, or if you want to reach for the feet, you can hold onto your toes like you would normally do, say in Hatha. Or an easy way to do this is probably to just lace the fingers into the toes as though you were hanging from a cliff, and then just hold the posture in that way. But by bringing the head onto a block, it just makes the upper back feel a little bit more comfortable. It does bring quite a flexion into the hips, this posture, and the way to take some of that tension away, if you have some, is to do the hooking the wrists around the knees. That'll just make that posture a little bit easier. Okay. Again, the breathing, well, nice, easy, slow breaths again, like you've been doing. And if you haven't got your fingers just over the toes like that, so you're hanging from a cliff, like, you know, if you focus on the body, it's possible to let everything more or less relax, even your arms can relax. So if you have any tension, it's going to be in the hands and the fingers and the toes mainly, so that the legs should feel fairly released, and the arms and the shoulders as well, if you just get it right. And then with your head on the block, that should keep your neck fairly comfortable. And then the breathing will do the rest. Good, okay. So we can let go of this pose, and then again, just letting the feet come back down, so back into wipers, just to allow that little massaging again from right to left. Okay, so we're going to move on for a few minutes in a posture called an IT an IT band stretch. Okay, so this is a reclining position where you already are. And the way we come to this is to have the knees bent, and then we're going to just cross the leg over so that you've got the right leg sort of like in this crossover position with the right ankle just propped on top of the left leg just above the knee. A bit like you would do, say, if you were coming into a needle thread posture. Okay, but instead of doing the needle thread, what we do then is just let the legs kind of roll over towards the left, all right, and bring that top foot, which is the right foot, down onto the mat, and then you've got the outside of the left leg on the floor and the right sole of the foot on the mat as well, with the right knee fairly high up. So it gives you this little stretch down the outside of that right leg, and you just lie on your back with the shoulders down. So you have a very moderate kind of twist in your middle, but we're mainly kind of stretching that IT band. Now this is always used in releasing postures in you, but it's quite good for the knees, this pose, because anything where you're working with the IT band, which is that muscle that runs right down the outside of the leg, has a key factor in the knee health. So quite relaxing for the knees, toning for the knees. We'll just have a few minutes on each side, and you can just adjust the body the way you want. So you can move the legs around a little bit to find a position where you can settle, so you don't have to kind of like stay in the same position that you came in when you swung the legs over. You may want to move that lower leg over a little bit to the right or whatever. And then once you've got the legs in a position where they feel okay, then again, that's the time then to relax, release everything, and just go back to your breath again. And the same with the breath, nice slow breaths again. Extending the exhalation. So just have a few minutes on each side, I say, and then we'll move on. So these postures so far have been quite open. They tend to be very open in nature, and that allows for you to indulge in the breath a little bit more. Okay, so gently begin to roll back up when you're ready. We're going to come to the other side. Roll up first, and then when you get back up to the stop again, just straighten that right leg for a moment, like you would do if you were coming out to the needle thread. Reaching up to the ceiling with the right foot, just clasping behind the leg. Okay, that's good enough. Right, so I can come down again, and then now we can do that on the other side. So I'm going to draw this left knee back, but I'm going to bring the outside edge of the right ankle onto the top of the right thigh, just above the knee, a bit like crossing my legs, lying on my back kind of thing. And then I'm going to roll the legs over to the right this time, bringing that top foot down onto the mat on the outside edge of the right leg down as well. And immediately as you're coming over from that start position, you'll probably feel a fair bit of a respectable stretch in that outside leg. So you could move the legs in more to a more medial position. So in other words, you can slide that bottom leg over towards the left side, and that'll put a bit less pressure on the outside of that left leg. Okay, so we're looking for a moderate stretch in the IT band, not a powerful one, just so that you can settle here and let the legs relax. Keep fairly open with the upper body, and then revert back to your breath again. Nice, easy breathing. So just a few more breaths then. Okay, very good. So just when you're ready, carefully begin to roll back up again. And then don't forget, just stretch that or lengthen that left leg again, reaching to the ceiling with the foot, hold behind the leg. Just hold this for a few moments, just to bring everything back into alignment with the leg and the knee. Good, and then into wipers again. Brilliant, okay, that'll do. So stop the wipers, and then just carefully come back up again. And we're going to come to all fours, so we can do a mounting heart posture, okay? So I'm going to just changing things a little bit to come to a back bend. So start with an all fours, just so that you can make that little transition a bit more smooth. Pause in the all four position just for a few breaths. All right, so remember how we do this is where your hands are now, we're going to bring the elbows down to that place where the palms are, and then open the elbows a little bit, keep your palms nice and flat, together at the top of the mat, and then bring the forehead down. Keep the rump stuck up in the air, and then just allow your chest or the upper skeleton to just sink a little bit, also suspend. Don't push it down, just you'll feel the action of this as you sort of like allow your arms to spread a little bit and your head comes to the floor. You can put your head on the block if you like, if that feels better. And you begin to feel this dipping feeling in the chest, and that's what you want to try and achieve. Not too much, it doesn't have to be powerful. Just enough to create a moderate sensation. That's enough really for the upper chest like that. And then just breathe into the chest. Those nice easy breaths again. Okay, so we're still creating this openness in the respiration so that you can just indulge in this nice breathing. Just have a couple of minutes here really, and then we'll do a little forward bend and then a short twist either to the side, and then we'll come back to Shavasana. Good. All right. So carefully pushing back up again to all fours, and then just let the back round off. Push with the hands, drop the head. Just roll back for a moment. All right. Good. All right. So we're going to come to sitting, so we can do a seated forward bend. Now, I can't ask you to use a pulse. You may have one, but I can't really ask you to do that. And I can't give them out, but a block will be okay. Just thinking of something to put under your knees for this forward bend. Sitting on a cushion would be good, but if you, again, you might not have any cushions with you, but I'm going to roll the mat a little bit like that, so that I can just put that under my tailbone, and then have the block under the knees, and that just gives me a slightly easier position for a forward bend. All right, so I'm just going to. You can bend the knees more with this if you want. You can bring your knees up like that, and just sort of drape over the legs. I want this to be a nice kind of moderate kind of forward bend. But something under the knees is usually quite helpful for the pelvis. And then I'm just going to drape over the legs, hold on to the shins or the legs just above the ankles. Allow the body to just fold forward a little bit. I'm not going to put too much pressure on the back. And then breathe again, back into those nice breaths. Just going to have a couple of minutes on this, and then we'll come into a twist, and then we'll come to Shavasana. Okay, there we go. So again,
Easing up. Just come back up again. Maybe lean back a moment. Good. All right. So into a seated twist. I could do a reclining one. We've done a lot of reclining tonight, so I'm probably just finish with a seated twist. So I'm going to come on the block again, and then just come cross leg, just so that we can do an easy seated twist from right to left. Just going to spend a minute on each side, and then we'll come into Shavasana. Okay. So just get stable, kneeling up would do. Kneel if you want to. I'm going to get the back nice and straight. And then when I want nice and straight, you're just going to carefully kind of turn to the right here. Just use the hands to stabilize the body. Keep the spine erect. Keep your neck on line with your spine. Carefully turn the head over to the right as well. Breathing. Nice, easy, slow exhalations like you've been doing. Good, okay, and then just carefully coming to the other side, breathing into neutral and then to the left. Good, okay, and then unwinding again. Just going into a garment, just briefly, just to bring the legs back to that more medial position. Okay. Nice straight back, holding onto the legs. Just a few breaths here. Okay. So then we're going to just go into Shavasana now, just for the last few minutes. Be ready.